You need to actually get. What the hell? That's all fine and dandy, but what am I supposed to do with that? All of that is meaningless to me. That is continue. Oh, that did nothing. Okay, so where the fuck else am I missing these data pads? Just laying all around. So, well, I'm guessing it's someone's list here. That would make sense. Wait, what? I'm gonna put that up again. Is that really what I did?
Yes.
Well, doesn't want to.
It is open.
That robot is back here. There's nowhere to go. What do you want from me? Where might it have been dropped? I'm not sure. This is just ridiculous. No, it's just ridiculous. Needs to be around here somewhere. Maybe the store dungeon is finally open. What is that? This? What am I missing? Did nothing. Shut up. What is that supposed to do? And what did that do? Still didn't do anything. Be right back. What? Come on. Game is not... it's not obvious with its clues. Doesn't have to be an idiot of finding these things out. Just keep on running in circles. Oh, what did that do? Sneak attack too. What did that do? Does that mean I can finally, like, leave this place? Is that what it is? Where the fuck did you come from?
Fallen. Fallen.
What did you do? You went into your own lab somehow. Shit.
I hear you. How may I serve?
没见那开外模吧，他们从那王干嘛做上呢？Anta screen sochi, norja hereme chok vendido.
I was wondering why it did seem a little bit strange.
Let us end this. Fallen.
They didn't stand much of a chance at all.
A weakness is revealed.
This Gato is an idiot. I mean, why does he keep sending so many people instead? Put it there.
This shall not stop us for long.
What the heck now? He's actually getting attacked as well? What? Seriously, that was a huge ship. Be taken down. That would require a
I can't
lot.
believe we just blew up Godot's yacht. That's gonna destabilize crime throughout this whole sector.
Yeah, well, you'll understand if I hold back the tears.
You don't understand. Crime in the YouTube system, it's like the economy. Plus the power vacuum. Even if Boga gets up and running again, the system is gonna be feeling the effects for years to come.
Yeah, well, at least we didn't find that Jedi Master with the weird name.
Says Kyle? Well, that's not true. I already found him. Actually, he found me first. He hired me to watch out for you, keep Godo off your back until he could meet with you. We'll need to head back to Nar Shaddaa, to that safe house off the docks. I said I'd meet up with him there if we ran into any trouble. What do you want now?
If you thought to escape my notice so easily, you would be wrong. As a token of my goodwill, I present to you a gift, this droid. It will serve you well on your journey. common misconception not supported by facts.
It was just blown up.
As I indicated, this unit will remain with you and guard you. It will also serve as an effective voice for my orders during your journey.
Your orders?
I cannot harm you. You pray that you do not prove yourself otherwise.
I don't care. I actually want to kill Godo.
So, you have returned from exile. Kavar thought you might, if only to wander your old battlegrounds. But I did not think you would come to Nar Shaddaa. Still, you were always a difficult one to read, both when you were tied to the Force, and even more when it was lost to you.
Come to end you? That's a horrible thing to say.
I do not know. It was a sense he had, and he had served in war, as you had. Perhaps he thought he understood you, or maybe he simply hoped he did. He felt you were the key to understanding the threat we face. The others were not so certain, but so many of them are gone now, as you no doubt know. He sensed some connection between you and many of the worlds touched by war. He thought by traveling to such places, he could achieve understanding.
Again, this option. Why? I'm not evil. No.
No doubt. I think the answers will provide us both with some measure of peace. I have kept secrets for far too long. They have scattered, but there is purpose in their movements. It is both to hunt and draw out our enemies. Somehow, we, are being targeted through the Force, and when Jedi gather, we are vulnerable. So we have chosen places where it is difficult to sense others through the Force, whether on planets dense with life, or touched by war. In such places, we may conceal ourselves, gather information, without presenting ourselves as targets. It was part of Kavar's plan. Yes, he felt if our enemy cannot detect us, then perhaps they would believe themselves victorious and show themselves. And we knew that the war would be lost if we continued to act as we had. I do not know where they wander now. There are few of us, though. Too few. And I have not heard from them in some time. Atris, but I had thought she had gone to Qatar with the others. Yes, she holds the last of the Jedi teachings. It is good she survived.
I know where the one of the other one is as well. Why don't I mention that?
What I can tell you, I will. It is a long story, but there is no harm in you knowing. Only a handful of us remained after the Jedi Civil War, barely 100 in number. Then, even that 100 began to vanish, in places where the Force seemed blind. The only pattern we determined is that when Jedi gathered, they were seen no more. At the last Jedi conclave on the Miraluka world of Qatar, the entire planet was wiped out. It was only then that we realized we were facing something far more powerful than we knew how to fight. We could not allow the fact that when we gathered, we placed everything around us at risk. A Jedi's life, and we could not fight an enemy that will not reveal itself. But any Jedi, anyone who was strong in the Force, who attempted to track down such a threat, vanished without a trace. It does, but you must step back to see it. Whatever this threat was, it was targeting us and everything around us. Yet it was somehow weak enough that it was afraid to confront us openly. If it believed us defeated, then perhaps it would finally show itself. It was a faint hope, but it was the best we had. It was Kavar's plan. He was always the greatest tactician among us, and had seen war more than the rest of us. Very well. It is only the only at the it was very well. We told you it was because you followed Revan to war, but you ask because you are not certain of that answer, nor were we. The day we cast you out, that is the moment I decided to leave the Order, because I do not believe we truly faced the reasons you were exiled, and if we do not examine such truths, then we are already lost. I think it was because we were afraid. It is a difficult thing to live one's life with the Force. To see a vision of what it would be like to be severed from it, it is more frightening than you know. Very well. I had thought perhaps that here upon the Smuggler's Moon, I might find some evidence of the threat we faced. The bounties on Jedi and their disappearance. I did not believe the two were connected, and the strong currents of life here on Nar Shaddaa make perceiving a Force user difficult. I could use it to cloak my movements and watch without being discovered. Very well. Is that what you think? We did no such thing. But it is a technique that has been used as punishment in the past, yes. It is a rare sentence, and to my knowledge it has only been done once, at a moment where a Jedi discipline has failed. What caused your loss, I fear, was different. I am not certain I understand it. We did not understand it fully then, and only recently do I feel we may have The other masters may have more knowledge of this, but I do not. And I do not know if they even live. Does it matter? It seems your power has returned. Very well. Ah, so the records of your trial were found. Good. Sometimes I think this galaxy would be a better place if there were less Jedi secrets. But I have no answer for you, as much as I would like to give one. We vowed never to speak of it. And although I would not keep promises to Jedi, I keep promises I make to others. And Kavar was a friend. If we were gathered as one, then the promise might be revoked. Until then, I can say nothing. Very well.
God damn you.
Yes, such bonds are a connection that can be formed at moments of crisis, or in the slow understanding that grows between. It is most common between two beings who are sensitive to the Force. It allows the transmission of feeling. It was something you were gifted with, as I recall, before your fall. You formed such attachments easier than most, even to those who could feel the Force only faintly. Even Vrook could not ignore it, which is saying something. I do not know. A bond between two living beings is not something easily broken. It is not a choice. It is like breaking a feeling, like turning away from the Force. To break a bond, your feelings would have to change, or one of you would have to die. But even then, the bond wouldn't go away. It would simply, one of you would have to die. But even then, the bond wouldn't go away. Very well.
Man, that's what it is. Why is that an option? Why is that the end option of this?
Is that it is what call the other does it?
No! Oh god, I thought I was actually locked in on this option.
Now I must take up the role I was ready to cast aside. This threat has finally revealed itself, and we Jedi will need to stand together. I did not speak fully of what I have felt. Staying on Nar Shaddaa, it is an exile of sorts, one that I have chosen. I, too, lost a Padawan on Malachor, not to the battle, but to the alternative, to the teachings that Revan brought from the unknown regions. And I was not the only Jedi Master to watch a student turn on them. No, they were not to blame, but many of the Order did so. It was a difficult time, a time of strong emotion. Perhaps the Council, perhaps the Order itself, had grown arrogant in their teachings. It is easy to cast blame, but it is perhaps time the Order accepted responsibility for their teachings and their arrogance, and come to recognize that perhaps we are flawed. Not once did I hear one of the Council claim responsibility for Revan, for Exar Kun, for Ulic, for Malak, or for you. Yet, you were the only one who came back from the wars to face our judgment. And rather than attempting to understand why you did what you did, we punished you instead. Our one chance to see where we had gone wrong, and we cast it aside. And now, that decision has come back to us and may carry with it our destruction. Perhaps there is something wrong in us, in our teachings, and though I tried, I could not cause that thought to leave me, so I left the Council. And I was not the only one. That is why many scattered, and why many in the Republic do not trust us, and why we do not trust ourselves. Make no mistake, I am no Jedi. This is the end, you see. After this, there will be nothing, and I think it will be for the best. Do you wish to do battle now? I have nothing more to say.
What battle?
It provides no comfort at all, for reasons in which I still must keep secret. Suffice to say, redemption was not Revan's choice, and I have never believed those of the Council who attempt to console themselves otherwise for the crime they committed. But we have spoken enough, I think. In words I think dull us both. Let us speak through the Force, through sparring. This Xian form should prove appropriate. Its best use is when you are outnumbered, which I fear suits our predicament perfectly. You will find it easier to deflect blaster fire with this form, and it shall also guard you against critical strikes by your opponents. Perhaps exile has been good to you indeed. It has certainly not dulled your instincts, nor the speed at which you learn. I shall go to Dantooine, to the ruins of the Enclave. If you gather, and thank you, exile.
Okay. He was actually very eager about accepting towards me killing him. It's very strange.
Tawancha morichiwa, mufalawa ni bobo. Gavadumpa munsuru. Kawana botai.
Nice. Wait a minute. I should go talk to that couple.
Aida, I didn't think I'd ever find you. I can't believe you're here before...
The destruction of Telos? I can't even tell you what happened after. Being shuttled from system to system, barely one planet ahead of the Sith fleet.
Shh. We can talk about it later. You have my thanks, stranger. I can... It's strange you came by when you did. I was right at the edge of deciding whether to... Will do.
let's go talk to that guy. Maybe he has maybe he wants to talk.
Tapi cayubom, yun bogra kinun chubagra wikili jomi, chichis kabula. Tapi cayubom, yun chopiti man ponjame. Sashange bedwana mulila, chupa wangat watagri tugjimu.
Alright, let's get off this shitty planet. Seriously. Ugh, why is she with me? You suck. What a my little biscuit. Alright. Oh yeah, sure, I understand that. How many of those are around? I don't like that. Are you four speaking to me now?
Why are you here?
Because I told him everything.
Ah, and now you are free.
Yeah, so no more threats, no more of your requests. You and me, we're done.
Did you ever think I truly held you? You're more of a fool than I thought. What truly held you was you, and let me show you why. I once held the galaxy. once held her by the throat and let her die slowly. And your emotion at that point is what you fear. I can unlock that part of you anytime I wish. It is a simple thing, the human mind. Once it feels something strongly, it becomes etched in the memory, the subconscious. Shall I show you? That part of you that hungered to kill Jedi, that took pleasure from it? Or perhaps you will continue to listen to my counsel, and I shall ignore your pathetic attempts at freedom. Now leave me, murderer. I have nothing further to say to one such as you.
Oh, you are such a bitch. Wow. I hate you so much.
Yes, General?
Oh, why won't you ever speak to me? I want to talk to you. Like this is something that made me stop. Like to speak with some of these.
I will answer what.
Okay. You don't seemingly have anything good to say. So that is what it is. No! No! Not yet.
Yeah, what do you want? Yes. Is there something you have come to offer me?
Saying I saved you? Wait. How did I save him?
The fact we are even having a conversation is gratitude. Usually, my conversations do not have the give and take that our current interaction does. And of course, there is much more screaming on the part of the listener when the torture field is activated. I am willing to indulge some...
I mean, we haven't actually seen him. So is that truly Godo? Is he a machine?
What have you brought me? As anxious as I am to give away all my trade secrets, the fact that you... Now, that would be telling. For now, my presence... I am willing to... It has been assigned to guard and protect you. It is skilled in intimidation, interrogation, and can provide a series of select skills. For the most part, it will follow your orders, unless... Then its proton core will detonate, turning this ship into space dust. There is no negotiation in this. I will not allow you to interfere with my operations and plans.
Oh god.
This unit, use it, and it will cause droids to wage a civil war. Its power source is not limitless, but in addition, this unit comes equipped with a portable cloaking generator. How droll. What an amuse. Yes, is there... You may speak. There are several factors. There is the destruction of my yacht and of all my activities on Nar Shaddaa carry a cost that would take you several lifetimes to pay back. But perhaps the offer of credits will spur you to act quicker, more decisively. For every system you stabilize, I will reward you for your efforts. See that you do not... There is the stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation of the restoration efforts on Telos, the political resolution on Onderon. Telos is instrumental to the stability, of course, since... Of course it was. If you had not gone, if you had simply surrendered to the Sith, then... I hope you do not decide that the next thing that must be destroyed to stop the Sith is the galaxy itself. Perhaps one must ask themselves at what point defending your religious ideals is advantageous to the Republic as long as your defense does not exterminate more
Would you
than
sacrifice
50%
yourself?
of those you then stop causing events of planetary...
Okay.
I hope you do not decide, perhaps, as...
Okay.
If it's the... deal of... I am... the assassin droids. I haven't come... Why, I asked them to. To be honest, I believe that was always their intention, but it seems their directive was... If you mean produced, no, I do not. I do know that there are a surprising number scattered throughout the Republic fleet searching for you. Of course they are. They're now. They are masquerading as protocol droids. I have discovered that when they are used in negotiations, they have a predictable pattern of sabotaging whatever peace treaties they are involved with. Because the Republic has no reason to investigate otherwise, and because their behavior is predictable, of course. By monitoring their presence, I know which worlds will suffer civil wars, planetary You may. A common misconception not supported by facts. Revan did not intend to destroy the Republic. He deliberately left the infrastructure of many planets intact, and many military production facilities. I believe that by whatever means she used to build her armada, she recognized that it was somehow a limited source, or that she was only willing to use. My prediction is that whatever production facility was being employed, it carried a price that Revan perceived as detrimental, and that is why Revan left many military production. That is what occupies my calculations as well. I believe that is also a It is significant. It is unlike his stratagems were painfully obvious, intending to crush all resistance everywhere. He left quite a mess. Between the two, I would have preferred Revan rule the galaxy. He had foresight in his... I am...
Excuse me, don't talk to that. God damn it, how much do I need for that?
Yeah, something wrong? Talk. About what? Why, you trying to be my father? No thanks. Already had one. Somewhere. Are you sure you're a Jedi? That accent... Look, you're way too old for me. Even if I were interested...
What?
You couldn't handle me anyway. I mean, you're really good in a fight, and you've got those intense eyes. And it's obvious you take care of your body, but I really don't have the luxury of getting attached to you. Besides, you already have your little entourage. I don't want to be a part of the pack, you know? Look, if we start sharing a bunk, the other girls would get upset, and then I'd have to kick the hell out of them to show them who's the pack leader around here. No thanks. You're sweet, old guy. But let's keep it professional.
But I'm not that old. Seriously. Seriously, look at him. He looks like he's like 20. What? I don't want to say that. Let's just be.
Run away? You're the one who couldn't handle me. I'd kill you. Go ahead. No. It's all this traveling, being trapped in the ship. I'd rather be doing something, somewhere with people. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been off planet. Guess I got used to it. Well, Nar Shaddaa may be one of the biggest cesspits. It's got a life to it. Activity, aliens, people, refugees. It's like noise, but relaxing.
There's a lot to say.
Yeah? Didn't think I'd hear a Jedi. Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far. No thanks. You can keep your Jedi training to yourself. I already know Nar... Yeah,
Can I turn her into a Jedi as well? Please.
Go ahead, no. Yeah, more or less. Oh. Well, the war happened. The first one, against the Mandalorians. It's what happens after the war, sir. I think so. After me? Take a guess, Jedi. Only 2 groups of people would have lost family at Malachor. And Jedi don't have families. As much as any slave becomes a Mandalorian. They took prisoners on every world they conquered to bolster their ranks. And they took a lot of worlds. When I was young, yeah. They mostly used me to carry ammo packs and munitions. Toward the end of the war, they needed everyone they could get. They taught me to fight, to hunt, to survive. I was part of their squad, even when I was young. Everyone served as part of the unit, and I felt like I had a place there. After Malachor, it really didn't matter anymore. The Mandalorians lost. Yeah, I know. I saw the worlds they left behind them during the war. That kind of stays with you. I haven't forgotten it. Should I be? Maybe I should ask you if you're happy about all the Jedi who died on Malachor 5. Maybe it felt like you lost family there, but I doubt it. Yeah, I know. That kind of stays with you. I haven't forgotten it. Go ahead. Anhar's only a bounty hunter because that's the closest word for what he does. He's not out for credits. He's more vicious than that. It's like he's out to make the whole galaxy suffer. Every living thing in it. He wants to break them, ruin them. I didn't kill him once. Biggest mistake ever. That's a long story. I don't want to get into it. Talk. Why, you tried to be my... Are you sure you're a Jedi? Look, you're you're... Besides... Look, you're sweet. It's more than age. I thought I'd seen a lot, but you look like you're 100 inside.
What?
Run away. Go ahead. I've killed people before, but not if I don't have to. I know. I don't know. I haven't killed anyone for a long time. But when I'm around you, suddenly it's like I don't like it. And I don't know what... Go ahead. Talk.
Okay, never mind that. Let's go. You.
Yes? I am training, so that you may have...
What did you say?
I think you are ready for the final tier I wish to teach. For this, you may use any melee weapon and any shield you possess, but nothing else. No Jedi saber, and no... We shall begin this...
Nah, dude, use that. How did I stun?
Beatrice was correct. You know war, its motions. There's nothing more I can do. I have already learned much of your styles and combat. There is no need to know more. Combat among the Ichani is a personal thing. Repeated duels are not what they are in other cultures, and I would rather that this not become more than it is. And I have taken an oath to Atris against studying from a Jedi, or anything. What I desire is of my father broke his oaths. He shamed us all. I do not wish to follow his path. If I were to follow a Jedi against Atris's wishes, then I would be betraying her for you. This is a difficult thing for me to say, but I ask that you be silent as I tell you this. It is my desire to learn from you what you can teach me of battle. I have already learned much in our duels, but with every battle, I wish to know more of you. Your stance, your movements, I can sense shades of meaning and an echo of something I have yet to experience. Atris said that you were the only Jedi to have survived the Mandalorian Wars, that you had stared into the heart of war, and only turned away because you were forced to. I do not believe her. I believe that you made a choice, as my father did, and that is important to me, more than you know. And you are important to me more than you know. I will accept whatever you wish to teach me, though it breaks my oath to Atris. I have thought about what you have said, of my mother.
And so it ends.
I want you to teach me the ways of the Force. To become
So
a
it
Jedi
ends.
Knight like my mother.
Yeah. But the 2-5 that sounds like weather.
That is all I wish. I want to feel what my mother felt for my father. What ran through my mother's veins when she was one with the Force. I wish to hear what my mother heard as she fought the Mandalorians. I will not let you down, Exile. I will
Betrayal.
Why are you saying betrayal? Wait, what's going on? Oh.
Betrayal.
Betrayal? Mistress? She has betrayed me. The last of your sisters has betrayed me. Betrayed us. She is your sister no more. She does not travel with the exile. Instead, she has chosen to walk the path of the Jedi.
No.
Mistress, forgive us, but are you certain? She would not forsake her oath so lightly. It is the truth. And it is done. Do you doubt me? No, Mistress. It is you who saved the Jedi upon Dantooine.
No.
You've collected their knowledge and hid it here to protect it. But why? How did she fall? It is a sign of his corruption. And perhaps hers as well. He will train her, and she will be flawed.
Oh, I wish to kill you. I'm just saying. But
Iridonian, if I might have a moment.
What is it, Goto?
I have spent some time in the presence of your remote, and the upgrades you have performed on him are quite adequate. I am impressed with your work, though less so with your remote itself.
What's wrong with my remote?
I find his use of resources, energy spent on frivolous things, to be an unsightly waste. But it is obvious you have some skill, however slight, in the upgrading of machines. I want you to provide me with similar upgrades.
I should be able to do something. I will see what I can do next time I have a free moment.
Okay. Stuff happened. Why did she contact me?
Yes?
Okay. Ah, come with it, bitch.
Yes. Have you come with questions?
Probably.
Ask. Does it matter? Perhaps I am not. Or what? Is that the way?
Ah.
Ask.
You don't want to say anything.
Did he? And what do you make of that? You are right to trust your instincts. If your instincts are... Yes?
Fuck you, bitch.
Very well.
Bitch about something.
I can... It's... Very well. When I spoke of sight before, there is a similar handicap that tends to occur among those strong in the Force. They neglect their skills. Some believe they no longer need them. The greatest wielders of the Force are those that maintain some grounding to the more physical realities of the universe. Some wielders of the Force have mastered piloting, others the ability to fix and repair and build, from simple moisture vaporators to more complex machines such as droids and vehicles. One's ability to understand the human body and its ailments, for example, can make your powers within the Force more complete, more powerful, when you attempt to repair the cellular damage of another. And others have mastered the more subtle work of politics, persuasion. Do not doubt that a galaxy may be conquered with words, a republic overthrown, and an empire made, when such skills are honed. One's abilities with them. My warning to you is this. Do not rely on your companions to compensate for your weaknesses in skill. There will be times they will not be there to help you. What skill would you say is your greatest strength?
Yeah.
And what skill would you say is your greatest weakness?
Yeah.
Then my task before you is this. Take your greatest weakness, devote effort to it, strengthen it, and I will show you how it shall strengthen your power in the Force. As you learn and train and test yourself against, when you devote some of that training to your weakest skill, you will know.
Okay.
Yes? Ask. Atris herself is not as familiar to me as perhaps she should be, yet I feel I know her. Because Atris's path is one I walked long ago, and it is a chapter of my life that has been read. She has taken the first steps, I think. We shall see. Surely you felt the righteous anger, the spoken judgments, the lack of forgiveness. I was a historian once, gathering the relics of the Jedi, learning the ancient mysteries. One quickly learns that the Jedi Code does not give all the answers. If you are to truly understand, then you will need the contrast, not adherence to a single idea. That is why Atris and the others blamed me, sentenced me. They believed me responsible for Revan's fall.